Thank you for inviting me for this interview. Am I ready for interviewing for myself? All right, let's get to it. So let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Ruben. I'm 20 years old and I recently graduated from UMN in 2025. My passion lies in blending photography and illustrations to create visually engaging stories. And I've been freelancing for the past 2 years, working on projects ranging from brand visuals to editorial illustration. What excites me most is collaborating with clients to bring their visions to life while infusing my own creative flares. And I'm eager to grow in a dynamic team like yours and contribute fresh perspectives. So I've always admired how your company prioritizes storytelling through design, especially your campaigns that merge art with purpose. And within my own backgrounds in photography and illustrations, it aligns perfectly with this kind of approach. And I'm excited to leverage my freelance experience here, not just to execute ideas, but to learn from your team's process and innovate together. It feels like the ideal place to push creative boundaries of myself to you guys. Yeah. So within my time of freelancing, freelancing taught me adaptability. So like for example, I once designed a series of album covers for a musician who wanted to mix with gritty photography and whimsical illustrations. Balancing their feedback with my style was kind of challenging, but pushed me to master tools like Procreate and Photoshop. And for that, it makes it even faster to work within his own ideas and all of his process. And within the internship earlier on, also taught me the information and importance of deadlines and teamworks. Like when I'm collaborated with copywriters to create a cohesive ad campaign under tight timelines within my career. So, my strengths. My strengths for my own myself. All right. So my top strengths are time management, critical thinking, and creativity. Why is the reason for that is because juggling multiple freelance projects does force me to prioritize tasks efficiently. And in many cases, there are times that I have to manage within my life, which is like eating, sleeping, and doing work. So I use tools that are like Asana to stay on track within my own time management. And for creativity, I love solving problems usually. And when it comes to like when a client needed a minimalist logo but also wanted to convey their quirky brand personality, I tend to find ideas that are fast and also efficient within a way which people could potentially gain some information and some ideas within their logo. So basically, I tend to give something that will start their way of making ideas. So usually just think creativity. And for the last thing, for all of that, we also landed on a sleek design. By we, I was also with someone, and at that time we landed on a sleek design with a hidden playful elements, which they really love. Like I collaborated with someone within my freelancing, and the clients, when they tend to see the project itself, they were quite excited and all. My weakness, yeah. Hmm. My weakness, like early on, I struggle with over polishing designs. I tweak detail endlessly sometimes, which also might give me a risking of deadlines. And now I set clear milestones and use time blockings to balance perfectionism and if with efficiency. And I also learned to trust my initial vision more, which sometimes done is better than perfect. So for the design style that I tend to use or tend to inspire from, let me give a sec on my phone. So I specialize in chibi anime characters, and their exaggerated expressions and simplicity makes the story feel approach and fun. I'm hugely inspired by a certain artist, which, to be honest, I do not know who the artist is because there are many kinds of arts and drawings of the artist itself, but I did not manage to find who it is. But I tend to find like uh, these kinds of photos right over here. You see? So the designers themselves every time when I see them, they blend with humor and emotions that are so seamless. So there are times that when they draw the illustration itself, it feels as if it is kind of calming and all of that. And specifically, I feel like everything within the design itself and the drawing itself, from the person that illustrate this, makes me feel kind of happy and all of that. So beyond that, like I browse the platforms like Behance Daily and even Street Arts for nature walk sparks ideas, like turning a sunset colors into a character palette. So my favorite illustration or my favorite thing within my portfolio. So within my portfolio, I have a certain character. His name is Kavix, if you can see. Um, Basically, Kavix is my all right here. So Kavix is my own character that I made, and all the inspiration and all of that is created from that kind of illustration, which is my own character, which I hope so that I could make it famous and also potentially bring something joy within my community. So within my teamwork approach, I always thrive in collaboration environments. So for instance, like which interning, I meant like while interning, our team has to rebrand a cafe. We held weekly brainstorming sessions where everyone stretches ideas on the scale board or shared board usually, yeah. And with no idea was too wild, I propose illustrative menus while others suggest their rights and wrongs of our own ideas and their own ideas. And by merging our own strengths, we create a cohesive brand identity that the clients adored with. Oh, absolutely. A client once wanted a neon cyberpunk themed logo, but my initial idea felt too chaotic. So instead of pushing back immediately, I asked questions to understand their core goals, standing out with a text setup space. Then I merged their love for neon with cleaner lines, resulting in a bold yet sleek design. It taught me the power of listening and finding middle grounds. So, for the future of the AI, so I see an AI as a tool, not a rival. So for example, I used AI to span up repetitive tasks like background removal in photos, freeing me to focus on a creative nuisance, like a character expression or a photo storytelling angles. Human creativity for me is irreplaceable because I rooted in emotion and experience. So I'm adapting by learning AI tools, but doubling down of what makes art human, which means by originality and connection. Okay. Thank you for the conversation. I love to bring my blend of photography, illustration, and collaborative energy to your team. Let's create something unforgettable together.